We start tonight with more problems relating to the record December snow. Take a look. Both Highway 50 and Interstate 80 are covered with snow as traffic is barely able to get through, but both roads are open. Still, Caltrans says that people should limit their travel through the Sierra tonight. About 56,000 PG&E customers are still without power tonight, and you can see that areas in the Sierra and foothills have been hit the hardest. PG&E says that they're dealing with downed trees, unplowed roads, and other hazards which are preventing them from making repairs. Some customers are being told the power won't be back on until January 6th, but PG&E wouldn't confirm the date to us or say exactly how long the power could be out. We have team coverage for you tonight. Meteorologist Carly Gomez is tracking the storms. John Bartel is in Pollock Pines seeing how people up in the foothills are dealing with all those power outages. But we start with ABC 10's Luke Clary in Nevada County, where they're cleaning up the damage. How's it looking out there right now, Luke?
Hey, Mike. Yeah, we're standing on a very busy Alta Sierra road where, as you can see, some of the damage here is pretty representative of what you'll find throughout the county. Look at that tree. It just fell over on those power lines, snapping that power pole. Look at all the splinters there, draping power lines over the road. Cars have been driving over that, and it's just an example of the kind of dangers that people live here face. We spoke with authorities on how to stay safe.
It looks like a bomb went off there.
Thousands of trees and dozens of homes damaged, snapped power poles everywhere as vehicles drive over fallen power lines. We found Mark Dyer, who told us that a tree fell on his son's house.
He had to chainsaw his way out his front door because the tree had totally encapsulated the front door, and it broke through the house in 3 places.
Alta Sierra in unincorporated Nevada County was hit hard by 6 to 10 inches of snow, totals way higher than usual.
People are resilient in this community, but if they can't get out of their homes, then they're kind of sort of stuck.
Lieutenant Sean Scales is the Nevada County Emergency Operations Center coordinator. He says people face dangers inside their homes too.
People are going to try and run alternate heat sources. You have to do that safely. We have already heard reports of 3 people who suffered carbon monoxide poisoning and had to be transported to the hospital.
Emergency crews are also urging homeowners to take caution so that their generators don't backfeed power into downed PG&E power lines crews are working on. CAL FIRE also teaming up with local agencies to clear the roads.
We have a lot of those wires mixed in with the trees that fall down, and that's blocking a lot of the roadways.
Authorities are urging homeowners to hunker down until it's safe to leave.
There are some windows of opportunity. Watch the weather, pay attention to it, and when you have the opportunity, go someplace else.
Right now, Nevada County authorities telling us that their main priority is restoring access as you see all of these hazards throughout the county. PG&E says that those hazards plus the bad weather have really slowed down their progress in restoring power. They say that they hope that clearer weather over the weekend will help toward that. And meanwhile, for those who still don't have power, Nevada County authorities said the Red Cross has opened a new warming center at the Bear River High School, open access 24 hours a day with things like hot showers for those who need to get out of the cold. Back to you in the studio.
Okay, good to hear there are some resources available. Luke Clary live for us tonight in Nevada County. And now let's check in with John Bartel, who's along Highway 50 in Pollock Pines. The sheriff there in El Dorado County just proclaimed a local emergency because of the storm. So, John, what's the latest?
You know what, Tay, it has just been really bad out here for most of the day. We're right here at the mobile gas station here in Pollock Pines, and if you see, they actually got lights on here, and this is a rarity in Pollock Pines, and that's just because they have been without power here. They've got a generator here on site, and this has become kind of the refuge for a lot of locals and for a lot of people off Highway 50. Take a look. If you don't have traction control, you're not going to get far in Pollock Pines.
We definitely got buried. It was a big winter. Big winter storm. We didn't expect it.
Winston and his buddies came up for a Christmas Day party, and they preemptively parked their car near the mobile gas station thinking they could escape the snow. They've been digging out for 3 days now.
We also talked to the snowplow guy, dude, so hopefully we can at least get this clear maybe.
Inside the mobile gas station, travelers are looking for one thing: chains.
255, 55, 18 in my tire size. Hopefully it works.
Outside at the pumps, locals are looking for another hard-to-find item: fuel for their generators.
We're out of gas, so we've been looking for it. We drove all the way 3 miles out yesterday to the other gas station and they were shut down.
The only reason the mobile gas station is open is because they have a generator, but it's unclear how long they will stay open. How many days do you think you could do this without
Yes, in that evening, up to evening, it's good.
Just up the street at the Pollock Pines Senior Mobile Home Park, Randy is trying to get the last bit of fuel for his neighbors.
It's all about survival right now. So I'm going out to get them gas and propane and stop by the grocery store, see what's there.
Randy's one of the few who could dig out his truck. The senior park has dozens of tenants buried in 3 feet of snow. To make matters worse, tree limbs are falling.
Tree limb came down with snow on it.
And back at the mobile gas station, there is a bit of good news.
4 days later, it feels good.
And people are still putting on their chains here at the mobile gas station, as you can see here. Now, there is just a message from the locals up here. They are asking, if you really don't need to be up in this area, please don't come up here because the resources here are very slim. There's not a whole lot, and they want to keep a lot of these resources, the gas, the food, for the locals up here.
Yeah, they definitely need it. All right, John Bartel live for us in Pollock Pines tonight. Thank you. Yeah. And if you're looking for some respite, a warming center is open at the Placerville Library. Others are also open in Nevada and Placer counties, and we have a list of where to find those on our ABC10.com and on our app, and some will be open overnight. Okay, let's check in with Carly Gomez, who is tracking the latest. What are we seeing right now, Carly?
You know, every time I think things are improving, at least through some of the passes here at Donner, things slow down once again. We had just 1 hour ago an Amazon truck had some issues with change. They pulled it over to the side. Then I saw traffic moving. I said, great, we're moving again. And now we're stuck once again. And every time I check, you kind of see people going a little too fast here, getting onto the freeway, and things slow down. So that's kind of what we've been dealing with for every hour, a little stop and go, but really mostly stopping. Scattered showers continue just through the valley here. You can see a few sprinkles here and there for some spots. Meanwhile, scattered snow showers are starting to decrease, and that's going to be the good news tonight as we do see that winter weather advisory coming to an end around 10 p.m. and for the high Sierra spots as well. So hopefully we'll see things moving along nicely, except we're also going to look at some cold conditions with icy roads. So not ending just yet, at least for the roadways. Looking at the Gilmore backyard, a nice evening. Finally, things settling down, light to calm winds, but temperatures in the low 40s for Sacramento, upper 40s Stockton, Modesto, 27 degrees right now in Tahoe. We will see those temperatures here dropping off into the low 40s to upper 30s overnight, but much colder conditions are on the way. Just take a look at this as we start moving into tomorrow night. We'll start seeing those mid 30s to upper 30s overnight and even colder temperatures for the weekend. So we'll talk more about that coming up.
Okay, get those coats ready. Thank you, Carly. We're tracking the surge in COVID-19 cases. Across the country, long lines have people waiting for hours for testing as holiday travel plus a surge in COVID cases are sparking an increased demand. ABC 10's Becca Habiger shows us what's being done at one of our area's largest test sites. That's Cal Expo in Sacramento.
Here at Cal Expo, testing company Curative is seeing long lines. How long was your wait?
An hour and 10 minutes.
I've seen wait times up to 3 hours. Right now, we're probably looking at about an hour wait time.
Curative Regional Team Lead Jason Cowan says testing demand is the highest he's seen in at least a year.
Over the last 3 or 4 days, we've done over 1,000 each day. And we've had up to 600 cars waiting in the parking lot this week.
And it's not just here at Cal Expo. Curative says across all of its Sacramento-based sites, testing demand has increased 300% in just the last 2 weeks.
This isn't just testing to be able to travel and be able to see family anymore. Now it's becoming testing in need because people are becoming infectious.
I asked ABC 10 health expert Dr. Payal Kohli who should be getting tested right now.
Mainly 3 categories. One is somebody who's traveled, so a potential exposure. The second is someone who's actually been exposed to somebody who tested positive for COVID-19. And then the third is anyone who may have symptoms.
She says she'd like to see more testing available in coming months.
You know, I have to say it's a shame that almost 2 years into the pandemic, we still have to wait in line to get tests. And really is not where we need to be if we need to fight this.
Meanwhile, Curative says they'll keep testing as long as the demand is there, and they don't see that dropping anytime soon.
There are people that need to get tested, and we want to hold true to that promise that we can test everyone.
And yes, the testing site at Cal Expo does take walk-ins, although Curative recommends people make an appointment. Results will come back in a few days, 24 to 48 hours after the lab receives the sample. Coming up, crime is up in the city of Sacramento. The new numbers released from the chief of police. Plus, new redistricting maps are in. Our local reporter breaks down how the new lines were drawn and what they mean for local communities.
Well, redistricting ultimately affects not only who gets elected, but what type of issues get addressed.
And how local communities are celebrating the Kwanzaa holiday. Those stories and more to cover. You're watching the ABC 10 News at 6.